You've heard of Flock, but have you heard of Leonardo's signal trace? This is an ALPR, an automated license plate reader. ALPRs, up until recently, have scanned the visual and audio spectrum. So they may scan for license plates, they may be used to record video, they may be used for facial recognition, they may be used for some audio. So what's the difference between ALPRs like Flock and Leonardo's signal trace software? Signal trace by Leonardo is a software that's added on to pretty much any ALPR. It scans for output from any kinds of devices, ranging from device IDs from your cell phone to Bluetooth signals from your AirPods to the device ID of your car to a tablet that you might have on you. Really, any electronics that are sending and receiving signals can be picked up by signal trace. This data is used to map a unique device signature to you, the person whose data they just scanned and stole. This data is then sold as an add-on to law enforcement, as well as potentially other individuals and organizations. Edward Snowden warned us about this when the NSA was spying on American citizens using their phones' device IDs and cell phone towers to triangulate individuals. Since then, in most cases, law enforcement has had to have a subpoena or a warrant in order to access your data without your consent. However, now these agencies are simply buying your data. Now look, should law enforcement in a serious investigation be able to access your data with a subpoena or a warrant? Yes. However, there are a lot of problems when it comes to allowing the private sector, private companies, to collect this data without a subpoena, without a warrant, with zero regulation or oversight. This is truly dystopian. Crime in the United States has been declining for decades, well before private companies were stealing and selling your data to law enforcement. You haven't consented to this. There have been many documented cases of law enforcement using this to stalk and abuse their partners and their exes. There have been many documented cases of this being used to misidentify individuals. So what we're seeing is a thoroughly unregulated private sector stealing everyone's data en masse and selling it to the highest bidder with very little clarity as to whether or not they're selling it to other organizations or foreign entities, which is a huge problem in its own right. And then this data that they stole from us is being used to track you. Personally, I think this is unacceptable. However, more important, I would love for you to go to your city council and ensure they are proactive about banning Flock, Leonardo's signal trace in your city.